as well too. But welcome to our academy. Academy, I say, is our most important training of the entire week. It's important if you want to scale a business. I've learned this early on, is that you want to find a way to be able to do something that can scale. So I think this way, who here would love to have 100 teammates, 1,000 teammates, 10,000 teammates, 100,000, right? Like even more. So I think to myself, when I was brand new, my mentors told me, well, all right, would you rather train everyone yourself, or would you rather just plug them in somewhere and have that train for them? And I'm like, well, that's a lot easier. Who here values your time, right? Our goal is to be able to buy back our time. So I learned a philosophy that you want to find a way as quickly as possible to train in group, So for your leadership, to start to think about that. And sometimes it's actually better, by the way. Some of us here, you're the type that you can take coaching real direct. Here's the type that you need someone to like almost yell at you to get it sometimes. You love that. You love when someone challenges you. You love when someone speaks to you, riles you up a little bit. Or maybe you're someone like me that, to be honest, at first I was very, my skin was very thin. I was super self-conscious, and I'm like, don't tell me anything, It's like, so I valued the group a lot. And also what's great about group is you just need different voices, right? You just need different types of things. And all it takes, your rhino skin, Rebecca, awesome. All it takes is one idea to change your business, one idea to change your life. I know I'm seeing the chats now, so stay tuned. If you're the type that's like, challenge me, then I will not yell at you, Lorette. I will not yell at you. I'll say it in a very nice way. But that's when I learned about the importance of events. And by the way, the highest paying skill in our business here is promoting events. So put that into your subconscious. Start to think about that this Saturday and think, all right, how do I get these better? I want you to envision next academy. What would it be like if you had at least one more person with you? One more person with you. And if every week you just started to double, every week you just started to bring more people, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, where did this team come from? Oh my gosh, everyone's getting trained. Oh my gosh, everyone's making money. Everyone's happy and life is good. All right. So with that said, we have a power-packed lineup today. So I want to go through a couple of announcements and we'll get through things. If you're brand new, by the way, or you're within your first month, put a 1 in the comments below. Would love to know. One of our goals, if you're newer, if you haven't done this yet, this is homework for you. Rebecca, awesome. Congrats. Rebecca's hit. You're just going through all types of promotions, at least team lead, if not more. She's just like, so many of you are just running so fast. I can't keep up with your title advancements. Like I wake up to you getting promoted. I'm like, so wait, congratulations. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. So you want to make sure, if you haven't already, this is homework for you. We have a website and an onboarding system to make it easy for you to be able to scale and to make sure that everything is like organized and systematic. I know. Tuesday, we do a deeper dive called the Fast Start training. My wife, Becky, shout out to my wifey. She leads that, and we bring on our best of the best to come on that. So if you want to get the little details, go to that training. But just as an overview, you want to make sure you get plugged in. You want to make sure you get these 5 steps done. It gets you set up so you start to make money. And more importantly, it gets you set up so you can go through the 7-day launch. One thing we learned was this. Who here was able to hear the call with our owner, John Wadsworth, earlier this week? Yeah, wasn't that good? If not, take a look. It's on our Wellness 360 YouTube, which, by the way, all of our links are on this page. So if you want all the replays, they're on Wellness 360 YouTube. So you can grab that, share that. That was mind-blowing. I see our superstar Dr. Pia. You just trained the whole world on social media. Man, we're going to chat with you in a bit as well, too. It's going to be good. I know. Pia's like, what's happening? What is this,
Up till 4 a.m., you guys. I'm like, I'm so tired.
Perfect. So we're going to get you raw today. That's going to be great. So you want to make sure that you get these done. And my homework for you, if you're brand new, is the number one thing. If you don't get anything from today, is you want to make sure that ASAP, you make your launch post, a pinned color block post. You'll find that in the 7-day launch. And you start to move through that. But this is one thing that our owner, John Wadsworth, said. And he's done $3 billion of sales, by the way, like in his career. And now he's around the world. He's been around the world 4 times in Partner Co. And he evaluates systems. One of the biggest things that I got from him is he said that the teams that scale the fastest, they have a system that helps their brand new people within 14 days get their first paycheck. Well, guess what, guys? We have a system within your first 7 days, you get your first paycheck. So we're like doubling that up. Yes. And Becky said the recording with John was just emailed to everybody. By the way, did anyone get that email today about the John Wadsworth call? So it'll come from Wellness 360. So it's really cool to have that. And I know I'll see if I can grab the recording from this morning's call as well too. And then I'll upload that onto our website. All right. So what I love to be able to do is I think it's becoming one of our favorite parts, and I hope that we can continue this. Technologically, it's kind of cool. But I think my favorite part, besides all the amazing training, is just getting to connect with everybody. So I'd love to open up some quick breakout rooms, 2 to 3 people each. If you're able to accept, you'll see a little pop-up in a bit. And this will allow you just to connect a little bit. So if you're able to participate, you'll see a menu bar come up. It'll say join breakout room. Be sure to click yes to join. Or if you can't, that's okay as well too. But I'm telling you, one of the most important and critical pieces of this entire experience is getting to know your fellow partners. Upline, crossline, doesn't matter. We're all one big happy family. And this is what I love for you to be able to share real quick. Are you going to practice some speaking here? Got around 1 minute each, and share your name, share where you're from. And last thing, share what you think are one of your gifts or talents. Share what you think are one of your gifts and talents. And if you're already saying to yourself, well, I don't have any gifts or talents, you do. We all do. It's that thing that people tell you that you're good at. So Angie was told by her entire life that she's a talker. She's like, okay, that's my gift right there. So with that said, let me make sure that I can break these out and we'll have some fun with this. I'll do my best. I know sometimes you might get in a room by yourself. No worries. I'll move you around and let me create these. And here we go. Be sure to accept that. I'll give it a couple of minutes and let me make sure I can watch these and let's go. Okay. This is so cool. I can see everybody moving around. All right. Let me make sure everyone's in a room and click accept. Okay. So they're good there. They're good there. I just don't want anyone alone. As long as no one's alone. Okay, I see one person alone. I'm gonna move Maria here. Okay, so she's good. I think we're good.
I got out of my room.
No worries, you can be with me.
Oh, okay.
Is that all right?
That's fine.
Okay,
That's
cool.
fine.
Sounds good. Perfect. So Colleen, what do you think? Well, tell me where you're from and let me know what you think.
Okay, I'm actually from Flint, Michigan, but I moved to California anyway, I stayed in California for 50 years. Then I relocated to Florida in 2020. I've been with Partner Co. for a couple of years. And I guess what I like to do is I'm a people person. So I was a greeter at my church.
Me too.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like that.
I can see that. There we go. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Colleen. Mark, are you able to share? I know you're new, Brand. Welcome to the family, man. I see your handsome face. It's great to have another guy. I don't know if you're able to share. There you are. Feel free to unmute yourself, man. Feel free to unmute yourself. I don't know. Click on that magical button there. Let me try to unmute you so we can see you. Let me know if you can hear us. Or maybe you're at work and you're not able to share. Click on the mic button if possible. And then I'd love to be able to hear from you. If not, then throw it in the chat. Right. Oh, there you are. What's up, Mark?
How you doing?
Hey, good. Where are you at? Are you at work?
I am at work right now.
Oh man, where do you work?
So I'm a branch manager for Emory Federal Credit Union.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for tuning in. And I hope we're not getting you in trouble.
No, but if I disappear, I had a member come in. So
Absolutely. No worries, no worries. Oh man. So Mark, and where are you from?
I am in Middletown, Ohio. So
Okay.
originally from Cleveland, Ohio.
There we go. Awesome.
So,
And what do you think are some of your gifts?
just being a people person, being able to listen.
Yeah.
I really think that we have opportunities and certain blessings that we need to share with other people.
Yeah.
So I just like to get the best out of everybody who I'm around.
Love it. Love it, man. You're an activator. Come on. That'll do very well in this business, by the way. Very, very well.
Yeah.
All right. Honored to have you here. Welcome to your first academy and welcome to the family. And
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
we're pumped for you. I'm glad we have more guys, by the way. Like women crush it here, but it's great to have some more guys. Awesome. All right, let me start closing all these rooms. And if you are here and you're not going to be on camera, let us know in the chat too where you're from, and let us know one of your giftings. I think one of my gifts is I love learning. I'm like a nerd. I'm a super nerd. So, hey guys, as you're coming back in, great. Elaine, sorry, you were by yourself for a bit. I know you're just hanging out. I'm like, oh.
But you know what, James? I talk to myself all the time, so it's okay.
There we go. Nadine, welcome back. Hey, Kim, great to see your lovely face. Yeah, so I think everyone's gonna start popping in around 20 seconds, but I think one of my giftings is, yeah, I love learning. I'm like a super nerd. So it's that Asian in me maybe, but it helps a lot because I love mastery. I love the little details, and I love being able to share it. I think one of the best ways to learn is to try to teach something, and it's a lot of fun. But hey, welcome back, everyone. Did you have some fun? Did you meet some cool people there? I hope everyone got into some rooms and stuff. And be sure, connect on Facebook, connect in the Telegrams, connect wherever that it's at. You never know. Like, seriously, there's so many powerful people here. You really don't even know who you're sitting next to. They might be somebody that you need to get on a three-way call one day. They might be somebody that you might do some collaboration with. They might be your new best friend. Or if you're single, ready to mingle, they might be your next spouse. I'm just kidding. Or maybe not. Or maybe yes. I don't know. So anywho, no worries. And if you didn't have enough time, I know Sean's looking, man. Sean, by the way, is a very, very eligible bachelor. I think. He hasn't updated me. I should not say that. Anywho, if you didn't get a chance to connect, I know we only have so much time. Reach out to them and just be able to say hi and everything as well too. But I want you to think about that. You'll take a spouse. I gotta be careful here, It's like, can you imagine the future? We see a marriage and like, where did you first start dating? Oh, it was in a breakout room. All right, I'll take that right there. But think about that question of your gifts and your talents. It's so cool because in this business, you'll find how when you lean into that gift and talent, it's going to be, it'll help you it'll help you a lot in your business. I would love to matchmake, by the way. Absolutely. Nothing makes me happier than happy couples and happy marriages. But some of you are good at, some of you are good with people. Well, that works really, really well here, right? Be the one to start connecting people and making them feel welcome, right? Some of you are super analytical. Like I know Dr. Pia is like a spreadsheet person. Well, you might be the one that's organizing and doing comp plan strategy and stuff like that. So whatever that it is, just think to yourself, all right, how do I lean into that? I'm grateful. All right. And good job, everyone, on leaning in. All right. So for today, what's our focus? One of the most essential skills in your business is the skill of recruiting. Okay. If you've listened to Jim Rohn, he's kind of an old school, the GOAT, the greatest of all time when it comes to personal development. He was a mentor to Tony Robbins. Jim Rohn, I think it was worth like 300 million by the time that he passed away around 20 years ago. Someone's made a legacy when after they pass, people still talk about them, right? So Jim Rohn shared his story in network marketing. He was a farm boy from Idaho, didn't come from much. All he knew was how to milk cows and didn't pay very much, if you know his audio. And he said that he learned a couple of skills. Number one was learning how to sell. right? Learning how to sell, and that added more income to him. Here, you're going to learn through a launch system how to post, how to market, how to drive to the machine, how to follow up, and how to sell. Who here, by the way, has already sold at least one Partner Co product, right? Give me a wave or put a 1 in the comments. Like getting at least one sale. I mean, look at that. It works. That means they got at least one paycheck, which, by the way, puts you at the top already of most entrepreneurs. Congratulations, right? So number 1 is learning how to sell. But number 2 is learning how to recruit. How to recruit. Recruit now is how you start duplicating and multiplying your efforts. Recruiting is the biggest difference maker on this business versus affiliate marketing, this business versus a small business, this business. Why? Because if you want to impact thousands of people or a sales job, yeah, this is the big difference, is that you can leverage your time. If you have 2 people, 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 100,000 people, 1,000,000 people, the recruiting process starts to duplicate and multiply your time. Who here would love it if you can travel the world with you and your family and still have income coming in, for example? Like, that's the recruiting process. And recruiting is not just getting somebody to make money off of them, by the way. Recruiting is sharing an opportunity that can transform someone else. You know what I love about network marketing? Unlike a job, some of you own businesses here. Some of you have hired employees. We've hired employees. What's kind of unfortunate about hiring an employee is that they literally cannot have the same opportunity that you have. When you hire an employee, you pay them something and they give you more value than what you pay them for. Who here's ever felt underpaid by your employer before? I think pretty much everywhere. And you got to be careful. Mark's literally at work, so he shouldn't raise his hand. I feel underpaid. So that is the limit of a job. That's literally what a job is, right? Your employer makes money off of you. By the way, has anyone ever given you this objection about network marketing? They say, that's one of them pyramid things where they just make money off of you. Well, if you're feeling snarky, is that a word? I think. You can come back to them and be like, well, how much is your boss making off of you? You know what's different about network marketing? The only way that when you recruit somebody that you make money is if they make money. How is that? So when you make more, when they make more, you make more. I love how network marketing works is because our success is tied together. And it's the most beautiful, the most fair business that's in the world. But when you recruit, you give someone an opportunity to change your life, to make an extra $500 a month, $5,000 a month, $100,000 a month, or even just to connect them to an opportunity just like this. And I'll share with you this because today we have a rock star panel of some of our best recruiters I'm going to introduce you to, but I'll preface it with this. Recruiting is a skill. Recruiting is a skill. Some of us here, you're good at it. Some of us here, you're like, I'm not a recruiter. Can I be honest with you? There was a time in my business that I convinced myself that I could never recruit. Talked to my wife, Becky. She was my second recruit ever. And I convinced myself this. I'm like, I'm not a good recruiter. I'm not a people's person. I just suck at this. I just can't do it. So I'll just train people. But it got to the point when your goals have to be bigger than your fears. And I said, unless I learn and master the skill of recruiting, then I'm never going to be able to get to my goals. And I learned the skill. And I've recruited, I don't know. Babe, how many people have we recruited? A lot of people. Hundreds. A lot. All the time. Like it's a part of it. 800. We recruited 800 people in our career. So you too can learn how to recruit. Put that in the chat. I am a recruiter. I am a recruiter. Get it into your mind state because the decision comes first and then the application comes second. All right. So I have the honor today of bringing on, we have a lot of amazing recruiters. These are some superstars that have recruited a lot. And when I say recruiting, it's not just getting someone as a brand partner, by the way. Who here has ever recruited someone? They have an account, but they ain't doing anything. And that's okay, right? You can have a lot of them, by the way. But you want to recruit where they're actually starting to do some stuff. Okay. And these guys have really understood this art. So I'm just going to go down the line here. And I'm going to bring Dr. Pia, because she's fresh off of a training and all hyped up and doing all different types of things. But Dr. Pia Washington, you're kind of famous now. How do you feel?
Am I?
Yeah.
I feel the same.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Well, congratulations. And so Dr. Pia, in just Partner Co. I mean, now, and you just did 10 and 2, how many times?
11, I think.
11 times. Okay. So guys, if you're newer, one of our key strategies here, if you want to make $500 ASAP, and if you want to get to 6 figures in 6 months or whatever, is if you enroll 10 customers and 2 brand partners, at least 200 PV each in 4 weeks time. That allows you to make at least $500. But it also allows you to have access to our mastermind, where I'm excited. We're going to go through a high-level comp plan training, our next mastermind. So it's welcome for anybody. I know Pia's going to love that.
My favorite.
It's going to be good. I can't wait for your questions, Pia. It's going to be real good. This is in our featured section, so you can understand how 10 and 2 works. But this is the goal. Like, you want to do this if you want to scale your business. Every single person that's focused on doing this and duplicating it, their businesses are exploding. So Pia, you've done 10 and 2 11 times. But you've really enrolled like a lot of people. Like, how many customers and partners do you think you've enrolled in your Partner Co career now? If you were to guess.
The 10th and 11th time, it was like, so 8 and 70 something. I usually have these numbers right at the top of my head, so I apologize. But like in the last month, there's been 80 some customers and 8 brand partners. But before that, then if you back into the other 9, just do the math, roughly 90. So 10 a month. The other 9 times I did 10 and 2, 10, and then 2 brand partners. So 18. So yeah, a lot.
A lot.
Since December, I started doing this. The very first month was December. They said you're supposed to get 10 and 2, and that's what I did. So
wow, gosh. So not only how you're doing it, you're actually speeding up your recruiting. And it's super consistent. And that's why I want to talk to you about some things. So let's talk about recruiting mindset. Like, there's a difference of enrolling a customer and then recruiting someone as a partner. What are some things that you've realized are like difference makers for you when you're enrolling someone as a partner?
Well, it's interesting because there's always a why behind why we do anything, right? And so what I think that I've been good at for the product as well as the business is trying to figure out what their needs are. What is their why? Why do they need skinny drops? Why do they need Renew? Why do they need an extra $500 a month? Why do they want, or need whatever that it is? And so if you always start with the whys, start with the whys. So WISE, start with the WHYS. And that's my tip, is you got to figure out, because if you help Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll eventually get what you want. So that's really critical, is being able to master understanding why somebody would want to do this.
Okay. So you don't give the how until you know the why. That's the key. Okay. And I'm curious, when it comes to you enrolling partners, are you mostly going just straight partner first, like you're leading with opportunity, or are most of yours, they're a customer, you talk about the drops and you're upselling them? Like, what have you found has been working for you?
So everybody in the beginning was pretty much drops conversion. So for the new people, a conversion is someone who's using the drops, getting great results, they want to keep buying them and they convert because it's, you know, financially, it's like simple. Do you want to pay wholesale or retail? Right. So who wants to pay retail? And so it's a conversion. And then they get involved in understanding what the business is. So that's how, for the most part in the beginning. And then later on, I think the attraction from the Instagram reel virality, if you will, it's still leading with the drops. But I think my last 2 or 3 came to me and said, hey, not only am I interested in whatever it is that you're putting in your mouth on camera, but I also want to do this business, right? Because you know what else? They see that the demand, like when you see a video has 750,000 views and 15,000 comments, I don't even look at the likes. I look at the comments and the views, right? That ratio. You know that there's a demand for this product. That is the definition of virality, right? So who wouldn't want to be part of that? Like they see that and they're like, yes, please, I would like to do that. Wow. So that's a little bit of a attraction thing. And I've seen that shift, right?
Makes sense. Okay. So this is key because I think the mindset of most people, everyone who here knows that people want to make more money. Like we all need to, right? Things are more expensive, gasoline's crazy, whatever, right? But what they're looking for is they're kind of, they want proof of concept. So this was a pro tip, and this is something that I might do, is I would go to, if you know, we have an Instagram training in our boards. And once you're done with your 7-day launch and you're used to using things on Facebook, we have an Instagram training that Pia just trained the entire world. Congratulations on that. And you know what I might do is you don't have to do it yourself, but I would just go to her Instagram and I'd go to some of the reels and be like, look at this. You have reels that have thousands and thousands of views and it shows the demand. I might just screenshot this and I'm like, do you see how many people want what this is? And now you have a business prospect opportunity there. Okay. So you're talking about the drops, you start bringing them in, and then you have these conversations about the business. And then how do you actually convert them? How are you like, what do you do to actually enroll them then?
Well, it's really simple. I follow the system, and this is not like, James knows that this is what I say all the time. Like I literally follow the system. I follow the system. Angie, who is you're going to hear from soon, is like master recruiter as well, as she is my best friend in the world and she is my sponsor. So I try as much as I can to duplicate her, although I don't have the fantastic personality she has. I'm a little more, you know, analytical, but what I do is I follow the system, James. And once I understand why they want to do this and that they're, you know, interested in doing this, and it's like, okay, let me show you, walk you through how to do this step by step. We have a system in place that is going to get you started off on the right track. And signing them up as a technicality, which is easy to do with a smart link, you know, through PartnerCo. But then when you get them signed up, I say, we're going to onboard you like you would get onboarded with a job. Like we're going to onboard you so that you understand everything that you have at your hands. Because I'm learning as I go along, if you just get people in, even if you find out they why, if you just get them in and they don't know what to do or where to go, you have to help lead them. So having a system in place so that you can say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get you started and get you set up so that you can launch your business, because you're not really in business when you get a brand partner ID. You're in business when you do your launch, you do your grand opening. I call it a grand opening of my global virtual franchise. And that's when you make that first post to let the world know I'm doing something different. And so it's important to try to get people. And I talked to a new brand partner from the other day, was talking to her in the airport yesterday. And I said, you know, I noticed we haven't gotten your first post. We talked about it. And she said, Pia, I'm scared. She said, I'm scared. And I said, you know what? I felt the same way. But you know what? I said, I had this, you know, corporate career. I talked to people about investing in real estate and all this stuff. I said, but, you know, I said, you know, faith over fear, right? Like if you have these big dreams, you want these things. Those people don't pay your bills. Who are you afraid of? Well, my friends, what are they going to say? Okay, well, I said, change it. Who are you? Who can you help?
Mm.
Who can you help? So instead of worrying about what they think of how you can impact their life. And when you do that brain shift, I did that brain shift for her. She was like, I'm so glad you shared that with me. You seem like you're so confident. I didn't know you ever were afraid. And I'm like, no, I'm normal. It's scary to do that first post, but you know what? You just keep doing it and don't quit.
So good. My gosh. Guys, I hope you're catching the little details. There is a difference of just enrolling someone versus sponsoring someone. Jim Rohn would say sponsoring someone is being that bridge from darkness into light, from not knowing into knowing. So it's a guide. You are literally walking them through until they actually go. So I see in your goal, it's not, okay, just sponsor them. No, I'm like, they're moving. My job is not done until they actually launch. So that's a really big tip. Pia, so love it. My gosh. And I know you're super close to a big promotion. So I won't jinx it, but I know it's already done. It's going to be done, you know? So thank you so much, Pia. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank you.
good. Good. Put a 1 in the chat if you got at least one nugget from there. And as you get familiarized with our boards and our systems and everything, like that is the next step. Like just go through that. Like it is a step by step thing. One thing that I think about is talking about someone's goals, and I won't go super into boards today. Faster, we can dive into that. But if you just follow the bouncing ball, when you lead with the drops, you get them in the drops pipeline. Boards are message scripts, so literally you can go through this. Our response back to the prospect when they watch the video, they go on to this page, our machine link, our presentation link. Our response back is, I have to know, are you drawn to the skinny drop results or the income opportunity or both? If they say the income opportunity to what Pia said in our make money pipeline, we actually ask them their goals. It says something like, you'll love the simplicity. You can make 6 figures in 6 months of this. Quick question. If you can get everything you want in your business, what would that look like? So you have to know what they want. And once you know what they want, then you can connect them to where they go. All right. Awesome. Kim, it's the best fire hose in the world. Best fire hose in the world. You're going to come out super full. So get ready. No worries. Immersion is the key, and repetition is the mother of all skill right there. All right. So, and I appreciate you being aware of that and saying that. And now we're like, boom. Here's one tip for everyone. Here's an affirmation. I know Dr. Pia loves affirmations. I don't do overwhelm. Let's type that in the chat. I don't do overwhelm. Marie Forleo. I don't do overwhelm. It's just a decision. Take what you need, implement it, bookmark the rest, go back later, and just know there's a process, there's a journey to different things. And you're going to get, remember, it just takes one idea to change everything. Next up, we got Miss Dr. Laurette, who is our newest vice president. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And your face is shrinking like crazy. My goodness. You lost how much have you lost?
19 pounds in 9 weeks, including 3.5 inches belly fat, GONE. Yeah.
Gosh, congratulations on that. And I love this. I just got to flip this and share case with this. We got products that work, guys. I mean, look at that. My goodness. That is so awesome. Man.
Yeah, people have really been responding to that. There's, the pictures, the testimonies, and the boards, they work, James. Absolutely.
Yes. Dr. Laurette, you have a quickly expanding, duplicating team. You've done 10 and 2 4 times in a row, basically in your first month. And it's getting faster every single time, which is amazing. And you're bringing people that are duplicating. Do you know around how many people on your team now?
Yes, in fact, I wrote down the numbers. When I heard you talking to Dr. Pia, I thought, I better get my numbers. So I'll say it super quick. The first 10 and 2 was done in 16 days, the second in 13 days, the third in 8 days, the fourth in 6 days. We have 21 brand partners, 34 PCs, 10 of whom became brand partners. Wow. So about a third of the preferred customers so far have become brand partners.
Wow. Those are some numbers. Put me in the chat if you want that type, right? You can make a decision today and just boom, the next month can be like that. You are a masterful recruiter and you're recruiting really like high regarded, you're recruiting doctors, you're recruiting high level ministers, you're recruiting some serious, and everyone's amazing here, right? Whether they work at Walmart or they're a doctor, doesn't matter, right? That's what I love about our business. It's a great equalizer. But there's a certain way, like you're talking to influential people as well, and like who I would deem as chickenless people. Because I'm thinking, well, they don't need this. They're a doctor. They got this going on. So well, I'm curious what your mindset is when you're recruiting someone, especially if they're busy and they got all this stuff going on. Like what goes through your mind?
Well, I think of the, the formula, the radio station everybody's turned into. We've heard this before, WIIFM, what's in it for me? And think of what's in it for them. How could this benefit them? And the majority of the people, gracious, good afternoon, I have not really reached out to people. People have reached out to me. The machine works following it. And I've not done Instagram yet. I mean, I have like some things up there. I haven't really understood it yet. And I will, because it's available if anyone can do it. I would say, a big thing right now for everybody, don't curse yourself by saying, I'm not tech savvy. I can't do that. Because the brain, I'm also a cognitive behavioral therapist, and you're programming your brain with I can't. Take that apostrophe T off and said, I can do it. I can do it. I can learn it. I'm going to learn by doing. I learned how to walk when I was a baby, and I learned and build my muscles on the way back up. So that's what we're going to do. So when I reach out to different people, when they're responding, when they saw the pictures, either others or my own or the color post, I'm going to share also about how you can follow up in a really simple way with customers in a moment. But when they respond, I automatically take from the boards, I copy paste, usually messenger, sometimes text, but copy paste. And then my thinking is always what's in it for them, what's in it for them.
Intention matters. So I think if there's one thing that I'm already seeing a common thread is the focus is not, I want to get my 10 and 2, I want to get promoted, whatever that it is. It's what's in it for them. How do I help the other person? And when you shift that way, it takes off the load off of you, because I mean, we're focused on just solving their problem. All right. The boards, Kim, when you go through the onboarding process, it's all of our, that's your homework today. Go through our onboarding steps and you'll get connected. You have done for you marketing scripts in your phone. So it's going to be cool. Okay. So you talk about how do you follow up with customers then? I want to know. So how are you upselling this? Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, what we talked about earlier, your gifts, talents, and abilities, lean into them. Those of you who were in the private rooms right there, and if you weren't, think right now and put in the chat, what is your greatest gift? And just know that the enemy, fear, or whatever you want to see, will always attack you in the area of your greatest gift. For me, it was communication and encouragement. Fear would come. So like we heard earlier, keep your goal in front of you. Faith over fear, like Dr. Pia said, keep that goal in front of you and you will overcome that fear. I had tremendous fear. So you lean into your gifts, talents, and abilities. Welcome new customers as well as new brand partners. Again, go to the boards, it's in the app, and just share what it says there. And then as you follow up, one thing that has really helped me is something called the Hit 'em Up app. It's an app on your phone called Hit 'em Up, HIT dash or hyphen EM up, Hit 'em Up. I think there's a free version, but otherwise it's like $54 a year. And it's a wonderful way to text people. And so I have my customers in there, I have my info people in there, and brand partners in there. I also have an email system where I have those 3 different groups delineated. Do you have to do that? No. If you're just starting, you start where you are. Don't go on overwhelm like you heard before. No overwhelm, no underwhelm. Just be whelmed. There's no such word, but imagine. Okay, I'm just kind of like whelming right now. All right. So that's what you're doing. And so to follow up with them, what it says in the boards and seeing how are they doing this week. I think on the positive side, instead of something like, are they working for you? Are they okay? How are you doing? You know, expecting the worst. Instead, expect the best. What changes have you seen so far? Oh, that is so awesome. That's so wonderful. And see, I'm an encourager, adding courage and strength to someone's heart. That's my gift. That's what I love to do because it helps me when people encourage me. So you encourage others, but maybe that's not your gift yet. See, what is your gift? Maybe you're a problem solver, but asking a question such as, what changes are you noticing so far? What happens? They start going, oh, what changes have I noticed so far? Well, you know, now that you mention it, you mentioned it. I notice my cravings are less. I have a little more energy. I'm sleeping better at night. Whatever it is. And then you pour into that. And then from the next step, like what Dr. Pia said and James have said, would you like to save money on that? Are you interested in sharing this with other people? And then that way they can take the next step with you.
There's the key question there is with your customers, and these are in our boards, we have some follow-up flows, right? These are just flows on how to do things.
So
right?
good.
So
yeah.
So you send them a message when you onboard them as a customer to get them connected to our systems. And then you're checking in. Definitely following up on your customers is an important thing. That service. By the way, if you're the moment that your customer gets that they buy, you're already recruiting them because they're seeing how you service them. So in the back of their mind, they're already thinking, can I trust this person? Are they a good leader? Are they someone I would want to work with? So customers matter a lot, and you don't have to spend tons of time, but it's just that intention, that heart of things. And then there's the conversion script that's in our boards. Right? Remember, these are all just bases, and then you can have your own flair on things. But basically, hey, you can save some money, maybe make some money with this. Would you be interested? And it starts that conversation. I love that, Lorette. Any last tips in all of your recruiting? Anything that you think is a big difference maker of what makes an incredible recruiter versus someone that's struggling?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put 3 things very quickly together. Number 1, events. Promote events, like what James said, the highest paying skill. Like on Monday nights, we have Wellness 360 Live. Wednesday, we have Wellness 360 Live. Thursday, the business presentation. Pour people into that. Share that with your customers and think again, what's in it for them. Next, my board for visuals. I'm about to erase it, so I thought, let me just show it to you really quick because I filled it up. And the first thing that was mentioned, this is the first thing I did before anything else. I received 6 figures in 6 months, June to December 2024. And I decided when I was going to go director, and then we hit other things by the grace of God. But you're going to clean this off. I'm going to start all over again. You need to have some kind of a visual where you can keep track. How to do 10 and 2 and share this with your team. And this is what I'm doing right now. This is what's so important about Academy. Set a date, write it down. When are you going to hit 10 and 2? Have a way to keep track, like the whiteboard. Look at the numbers in your back office. How close are you to your next rank? All right, that's important to know your numbers. And then who on your team is close? Who can you inspire? Who can you encourage? And you'll see that in your dashboard under what's called striking distance. And then lastly, the X factor. This is something that James asked me to share. The X factor is you. And the X factor is between your ears. I'm going to share something with you from Dr. Shad Helmstetter. Dr. Shad Helmstetter is a psychologist and author of over 20 books on self-talk, neuroplasticity, and psychology, meaning you can change your brain. You can retrain it. I like to renew the mind on the Word of God and retrain the brain using neuroscience principles based on Scripture. That's what I absolutely love. But here you go, positive self-talk. And you may want to write this down. Number 1, when you change your self-talk, you change what you believe about yourself. When you change what you believe about yourself, you change your attitude. And I'll put it in the chat for you when I'm off here. When you change your attitude, you change your feelings. When you change your feelings, you change your actions. When you change your actions, you change your results. So if you're not liking your results, step all the way back to what are you saying to yourself? What did we say before? I am a recruiter. I am a responsible person. I am making it in this country, this country, yeah, and this company as well. I'm building a legacy for my family. What is it that you're saying to yourself? And I'll put that in the chat. James, thanks for letting me share this morning.
So good. Mic drop. Thanks, Dr. Flynn.
Yay.
Such an honor, guys. Literally, it's how this what you're hearing today, people pay thousands of dollars for these types of things. And we get it for free 99. Don't you love network marketing? So thank you for sharing that. And think today, homework, what do I actually believe about me in regard to this business? Like some of us need to do a real self-reflection. I won't ask you to put this in the chat, but this is how I play it. You look at your results in your business. If you don't like your pay, we need to change something in our self-image. So your homework is, well, how do I know if I'm off? Look at the numbers. If they're not growing in the direction you want to, today, what I'd be doing is, let me be really honest with myself, look at myself in the mirror and be like, what do I actually believe? Confront it, write it down, and then relabel that. That'll change the game for you. All right, perfect. Last person that I want to bring up. She led this topic at a major event back in February. Can't believe that was not that long ago. Angie Bloom Hewitt had a topic about how to recruit like the Marines, because one of her absolute gifts is recruiting intentionally. And she's like, when she wants to recruit you, basically, and if you've worked with Angie, with your prospects, you're like, just get the phone with my person, with Angie, and they get started. Like, it's almost like 100%. I'm curious, Angie, if you have a percentage of people that get started with you when you actually talk about the business, like how much percentage do you think your close rate is?
90%, I would say.
90%. Okay.
Yeah.
Who here would love to increase your recruiting rate? It's like, okay. There's an art to, you have your own style, of course, of doing things. And we're not all like, we don't have your personality, which is fine. But what are some of the things that are why your results, because the average recruiting rate is like 20%. So you're like 4+ times more of a recruiting rate, right? What do you think are some of the things that you do or think, or like, what are some of the key differences compared to the average recruiter?
Well, I just know how I do it, but
Yeah.
For me, the first thing I do is I ask questions. If I get on a third-party call, I will say, hi, so great to meet you, and tell me about you. I want to know about you. Like, why are we having this call right now? Is it a health need? Is it a business? Is it both? Help me help you. I don't want to fill your head with a bunch of stuff that you're not retaining or you don't care about. How can I better, facilitate this conversation? And then they tell me, I have to lose this much weight, or I have high blood pressure, or I'm having menopause like you, whatever. And it opens a conversation. Listen more, be interested and not interesting.
This is huge, because I think sometimes people have the perception, because you're an amazing communicator, a lot of people are like, well, she just like talks to people and they get started. No, the talk comes from a intentional state of what's in it for them. So I love that. So, and I'm curious, so do most people, as you're talking to them, because we're talking about recruiting partners and you recruit a lot of partners, do most conversations start as a health want, or are they like a business want, financial want, or what are you seeing in the actual field right now?
I think what I'm seeing is, based on how much that we're posting and campaigning,
Yeah.
The obvious thing is if they're reaching out, it's because they want to know more about the product, right? The beauty of that is that they don't even know that they want to do the business yet. They don't know yet.
They don't even know that they don't want to do. Okay.
They don't see it coming. Oh, but it's coming. It is coming. Yeah.
Okay, so how are you bringing, because you're doing this, you have customers that do convert to partners as well. Pia is a great example, for example. But even they come in with the product and then they're leaving as a partner. So what's the key step that you do to like transition that conversation?
I offer. I give the benefits. I give what sets us apart. I've done this type of business over 14 times. I've chosen this company twice because we weren't this when I got here. That's how good it is. So I show the benefits of what sets us apart. There's a million MLMs out there. What makes us different? We're at the precipice of something new. We're at the beginning. I'm 65 next month.
No.
No, it is true. My niece told me that this morning. In case you thought you was 40 and jumping out of that bed back there, you're behind at 64, turn to 65. Step gingerly onto the floor and we'll see how we feel. But anyway, those are in the 60s. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so.
Okay, so you're going to the drops. And then when you offer, so let's walk through like the practicals here. So they're excited and I'm like, all right, well, I want to buy the drop. So like when you say you offer the benefits, like what is that? What are some of the key things that you do touch upon?
Here's the thing Eric Worre trained us on that was a big takeaway for me is give them a little. If they follow their conversation, if they're not interested in the business yet, don't push. I don't need you to join my business. We are fierce. Attractor factor. You want what I have. I have the best team. I tell everybody. I have the best team. We are fun. We are vibrant. We are badass. And people want that, right? They're attracted to that. Your vibe does attract your tribe. If you go, oh, yeah, I lost 22 pounds and 7 pounds or 7 inches and no more hot flashes, but you need to try this and see how it works. And if you're scared, if you go in scared, people smell it on you. Be bold, be audacious, be a product of the product. Be constantly branding yourself. The drops are the vehicle. They're not the brand. I'm the brand. P is the brand. Dr. Loretta is the brand. Colleen is the brand. Joanne is the brand. What is your brand? What is your brand? And is that resonating with your people?
Huge.
In time, they'll want to come back. So by the time they get to that second box, that's when it's time to strike. That's time to say, wow, I'm selling these to you at $160, $170 a pop. Did you know for $29.95, $30 roughly, one time only, that you could become an accidental success in this business by getting the 4-pack? You need to lose 20 pounds or more. You're going to need 4 boxes. I can sell you 2 at $300, $320. Do the math. I don't do math, but I understand that math. 4 boxes is $371. You get the 30% discount, keep it on subscription, and you could be an accidental success. And if you're coachable, because I won't even take you if you're not coachable. Don't waste my time. If you want to just get on the discount, fine, I'll meet you where you're at. But I'm not taking my time with you if you're not coachable. But being coachable deserves a good coach. Too many times in this business, because we're afraid to lead or we're afraid of the responsibility that comes with that, we fall short. So you have to constantly be sharpening the knives within your own skill set. Check back with them. Once you get them signed up, you ain't done. You ain't done. It's just beginning.
Man.
Roll your sleeves up and do the work. Do the work and lead.
My gosh. There's so many key factors that you're just sharing here, because who here would love, once again, Angie's recruiting stats. There's an art to this. I noticed like the attractor factor, that's huge. Like it's that conviction. It's like so subconscious in you. I can tell that when you're talking to someone, already in your mind, you're convinced they're going to be your future partner. Like you're already, it doesn't matter how they come in. You're like, you're going to be a partner. But you don't just chuck them in. You're also artful in how you guide them through questions, how you meet them where they're at, but then you're also artful about leading them to the next step. I think that's a big key there. If you don't ask, you don't get. I think where a lot of people can mess up is they try to impose the business on them. You got to be a part of this and blah, 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 and we verbally vomit. What you said is you talk about it and then you see the response and then you ease it in and everything. Okay.
And here's something else I got to say, because I was touching on Eric Worre, and the nugget there that I didn't share, I'm going to say it now. We all get those people, and they're usually the people that you love. They'll break your little heart. They'll just, poo-poo your whole everything. I'm like, okay, bring it. Bring it. You know what? No, you would not make a good teammate for me right now. You should be a customer, or you should be whatever. I'm not offering it to you. In fact, I won't even take you on because you're not there. Pia has heard me tell somebody. I had somebody actually sign up. I had to walk outside out of respect, and I told her point blank. I didn't think Pia could hear me, but I said, you don't sound like you're ready to do this business. And I don't want to waste my time or yours. I'll meet you where you're at. And dinner's waiting. I don't have time for this. So when you decide that you're ready to do this business and stop complaining about what your life has or doesn't have in it, and you're going to be coachable, I will help you make some money. But unless and until that day, we will be great friends. But I won't pay for dinner next time I see you, because you should be making your own money now. So, all right.
Come on. Angie, mic drop. Thanks so much for sharing with us the secrets and everything. Absolute honor. Guys, did you get something from Angie there? I hope you got the conviction. All right, when I look at them, this is really what recruiters do as we sum this up. Now, sorry, like Angie reminds me a lot. I've picked up my recruiting from one of my mentors, and this guy had a 90% recruit rate as well too. I remember this was back in the day we did hotel meetings and stuff. And after a presentation, I would go up to my teammates' prospect, and then I would like try to close them, try to get them started, and be this like dance for like 20, 30 minutes. And at the end, they would say, I got to think about it. If you've ever gotten, I got to think about it, reflection is this: we need to work on our craft more. And as I was doing that dance, I would see my mentor that was just like Angie, that would be popping off. It'd be a couple minutes each. They get up from the hotel room. They're like, welcome to the family. And he'd literally be jumping around the entire hotel room, people getting started. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, what the heck am I doing wrong? Why do I have all the skeptical, negative people? It's not the people that are the problem. It's me that's the problem. So I made it an intention to shadow, to learn. Here's a tip. If you want to get better at any skill, including recruiting, shadow those that are really good. If you're on a three-way call or a message with someone like an Angie, with a Dr. Lorette, with a Dr. Pia, don't just put your prospect on. You should do three-way conversations, by the way. But my question to you is, are you actually taking notes on what they're doing? Or are you saying, Angie's going to do all the work for me? No, that's the art. That's the best place to learn. That's when you're like, oh, here's the tip. And I was shadowing. And then one day it clicked. And it was the conviction that Angie was talking about. It was the art of knowing what to say, when to say it, like what Dr. Lorette was saying. It was the art of starting with the whys, as what Dr. Pia was saying, and putting that together. And when it finally clicked for me, I'm like, I'm a recruiter. And I felt the same way that Angie was saying, which is like, if you get on the phone with me, you don't even know this yet, we're going to be the best brand partners. We're going to be the best friends. We're going to do big things together. If you ever talk to me with any prospect, like that's my mindset on things. But it took development. And I just want to remind you, everything that you heard today is learnable. Everything that you heard today is teachable. I started as a 19-year-old broke college student that was so shy I couldn't even order food at a restaurant myself. I would have my mom order food for me. So it's not about what you've not done before. It's about if you're willing to make that decision, to confront it, to have the different belief, and then work it out there. Angie,
I just want to add,
please.
Sorry,
No, I'm
long-winded.
sorry.
I'm on my second cappuccino.
Let's
So
go.
my daughter-in-law makes the best. I want to say something about recruiting. I've got amazing leaders within my team. It's not enough to recruit. It's you have to train, you have to grab like-minded people. Shout out to Joanne, who was with me from the beginning. Pia was with me from the beginning, didn't even know it, that she was there until a year later at Maria's event. But you want great leaders within your team. I want them better than me. I do. I want them. Pia's smarter than me. She's the smartest person I know other than my mother, who's long gone. But you want to surround your great CEOs, surround themselves with people better than themselves, period. And the tide rises all ships. I just want to say, take the ego out of it, train your people, be there. Third-party calls are the way to go. If you don't have a superpower like Dr. Lorette or Dr. Pia, and even if you do, I get on Pia's third-party calls as well. Tap into who you know that can get your business where it needs to be. Recognize your strengths and your weaknesses and adjust yourself every day and read. We have a book club. Beach Money, First Year Network Marketing, Eat That Frog. The chicken list is real, okay? Atomic Habits, and we're currently on Worthy. And that's all I have to say. I've talked too much. I've got too much coffee in me. But anyway, that's all I have to say. You want great leaders in your team. Go get them. They're there. All right,
Yes.
I'm shutting now. Okay.
I love it. Angie, if you can post that book list into the Warrior Movement group at one point, that'd be awesome. And
Absolutely. And we meet on Mondays, every Monday. If you want to be part of it, let us know.
Post that in the group.
Yeah,
That
we
is
have a book
awesome.
club in the follow-up Friday Telegram, Slay the Day. I'm not sure what we are because we do Slay the Day. But yeah, we do the book club because that's another thing. This is an opportunity wrapped in self-development. Always be better. Always strive to be smarter. And if you're not that smart, get a best friend like Pia who's super-duper smart. She can tell you what those shoes are on sale. I can do that for myself, but I can't do the other stuff. Anyway, I digress. Too much coffee. All right, I will. Thank you.
Too good. Oh my gosh. Guys, what a phenomenal training. And if you see, you just heard from amazing recruiters that, can you tell everyone's way different? Like, I hope that's what you see. Like, everyone's super different. So recruiting it's based on principles. But I hope that if you saw this panel, you can pick up the commonalities and you pick up some flavors and pick up some details, right? And you too can be a master recruiter. So as we close things out, homework, if you're brand new, go through the 5 steps of success. Launch your business like what Dr. Pia was talking about. Go through the 7-day launch and follow it to the T and understand that system well. Make an obsession and make a decision to do 10 and 2. Have you made that decision yet? Like Dr. Lorette, she made the decision first, put it on a board and put a date to it. That'll change everything. And then think, whose help do I need to be able to leverage their talent and their ability to be able to move faster? Some of us are doing this by yourself. You're not in this by yourself. It's for yourself, but not by yourself. And then wrap arms, life is going to be good. All right, everyone. My gosh, Fire Academy. Hey, everyone. So blessed to have you on here. Feel free to unmute yourself. Have a great one. Share this with your teammates. All right.
All right. Great call. Thank you.